Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls 2. And if you're wondering why we're not in the location we were before, well, there was about 20 minutes of episode prior to this point that, due to something I'll get into in a moment, got pretty much corrupted beyond recognition. Short version. I've been having a problem in the last couple months with malware bites. I'm still trying to get this solved, and I'm not saying it's not a good program at all, but it is a problem that is kind of a make or break point for said software. I need to actually warp back to the original bonfire so I can retrace out where we've been. Short version. I will be minding my own business doing stuff, or say I have a video uploading and I leave. It's not triggered by these things, but... Okay, first, there was an invisible hollow here. I found him as a result of the message, and because I had gone that way by accident, I always get it mixed up. Then there's an item on this side. I always think the item's on the other side. I'll be minding my... Sorry, somebody came in and had a question in awkward silence. I'll be minding my own business, doing doing stuff, gaming, recording, uploading stuff, and without notifying me, Malwarebytes has begun to do a scan in the background. Now, I have scheduled scanning disabled because, I'm a programmer. I like to scan things for myself. At my discretion, when I want it to, when I'm not doing stuff, so that I'm not slowing it down and it's not slowing me down. Well, Malwarebytes has recently, it's happened 4 times now since the new version came out, just decided to, without telling me, begin running a scan in the background. Which is, I guess fine. The problem, when it gets to the end of the scan, it decides, oh, I better reboot your computer. I found out you have uTorrent. It's a virus, I better delete it. Quarantines it, reboots the computer. Doesn't give me any notification, or, well, it does give me a notification. It pops up, says reboot required, and then instantly reboots. Doesn't give me time to save. If I've got a Word document open, doesn't give me the would you like to save this file dialogue, just completely reboots the computer. Well, I record in MP4 format through Open Broadcaster Software OBS, which, yes, I know you should record in FLV format. There are reasons. If the software crashes while you're recording in MP4, that file is unusable. It's to do with the fact that when you cease recording, that is where OBS adds a bunch of the data that tells the computer how to open that video file, because it uses variable frame rate and some other stuff. FLV file, you'll lose a little bit at the end. The frames will get kind of garbled right there at the end. I think you'll lose a couple frames. I mean, it's no big deal, really. This guy is new for Scholar, so were those two. I'm probably... No, I can't. I might can run past him. I'm probably going to regret this. Through here is these guys. They're using a lot of hexes. Those are homing hexes. They throw lightning. Generally not somebody you want to mess with. I'm trying to speed through this a little bit to, well, I mean, I guess it's...
Human, do not produce light.
That's Agdine.
And all those who bear it are unwelcome in this place.
I am trying to figure out a workaround to let me put FLV files into Adobe Premiere, but Adobe doesn't like FLV because they are, quote, an old file format. They have a lot of advantages. If I convert it to MP4 and then put it into Adobe, I lose video quality. And then when I output from Adobe, I again lose video quality, because as part of video editing, you lose a little bit of quality. But anyway, Malwarebytes happened, lost the 20 minutes of recording, and I'm now retracing my steps. This is Agdine.
I am a finito. We weave death and watch over the dead. This task was granted to me by the one who gave us the first death. Countless souls rest here. Some of them from ages long ago. Some were rich, others poor. Some wise, some dull, but now they're all just dead. In the past, humans were one with the dark. The former king of light, he feared humans. Feared that they would usher in an age of dark. How queer you humans. How you go on, never separating truth from fiction. This place is welcome to all, provided due reverence is shown. Death is equitable, accepting. We will all one day be welcomed by her embrace. Tell me what you desire. Show me reverence, and I will lend you my hand. I am a finito.
Okay.
Countless, some are rich.
Notice that he says finito, given this by the one that gave us the first death. You do get a gesture from him. It's the have mercy gesture. I got that previously, so it's not showing here. These are the items he sells. I noticed that he sold warmth, said, oh wow, why haven't I been using warmth? I found it by dumb luck a while back, and I have since respec'd into that at the second bonfire, which is where we teleported from. Soul Appease destroys hollows instantly. You get 2 casts of it. Well, almost instantly. It does a massive amount of damage to hollows, like specifically only mindless hollows. Soul Vortex, it's a really good sorcery. It's hard to dodge. It's that big spinning thing. I don't remember if the invader at the Iron Keep used it on camera. He used it off camera. He did use it. I don't know if that part was in the recording because of how many times I ended up fighting them. And then, you know, Soul Spear. Moving forward. Oh, hush you. Crude human. Do as you please. Something like that. There's not an illusion over there. The message is claiming there's an illusion. You come through here, you carefully walk off this edge, and you come down here. There's an item on that skeleton. And there's an invisible hollow here, which I forgot to... I later remarked that I forgot to rate his message, so since I'm going back through, I may as well. You go up this ladder. Careful, there's a ghost up here. Scared the living daylights out of me the first time. I jumped hilariously, because I just barely saw it on the edge of the camera when it appeared and thought it was a phantom climbing the ladder. Turned out it wasn't. Don't light the torch. You know, bad things happen if you bring light in here. There is a fog wall here. There's a way to get around to it from the other side. I don't remember how to do it. I did it by dumb luck once. But if you come from the other side, it'll say traverse the fog wall from behind or backwards or something. Don't ring these bells. You have to break these rocks. The rocks have very janky hitboxes on them. And like in this case, why can't I walk through there? If you ring the bell, statues spawn pyromancy throwing ghost people. I've destroyed a number of the statues in here, but every statue will spawn one of them if you ring the bell and it doesn't already have an active one out. There's one right in over here. Enemies will also try to ring the bells. There's one over there, there's one over there, there's one there. So you don't want to ignore enemies in this area if possible. At least until you get the statues dealt with. There are a few items in here. I've already picked them up. And I also did at one point show off warmth. It's a very nice pyromancy area heal. Does affect enemies and phantoms, but it's always good to keep around if you're not generally a spellcaster. It's great as a, you know, if you run out of estices and such. It also hangs around for a while, and even if you rest at the bonfire. Also, there's a guy up there. There's a ladder in the... I should show that. Yep, there that goes. These rocks will wear through your weapons pretty quick, so beware if you're using a low durability weapon. But you can come up here and deal with them. And there's a treasure chest up here, and then you can just drop. Oh no, it had an item. Oh no. My item collection instant. Ah! How many of you are there? And see, warmth is still hanging out over here. I apologize for being kind of rambly and seeming in a slight hurry. As a result of losing that time, I was kind of on a little bit of a tight time schedule, and rushing through to catch up to where we were seemed relevant. There was an invader here. This was an illusory wall. I mean, one of the walls that you push X to get through. There are ghosts in many walls. It's a nameless usurper invader. The guys with the dagger-happy fiend that was in Drangleic Castle, and you weren't connected to the wall there. I think there was an invisible hollow right here, actually. There may have been a third one. I remember there's been a bunch of them in this area. And then there's the two Orma and Reeves up here, which is where we had vanished. Yeah. Two of them. Same tactic as I would use in the normal Dark Souls, which is lure them back into here, get one of them to start backing away, focus on the one that keeps following you. They don't have a ton of health. The problem is the amount of damage they can do, and oh goodness, they're both following me. That's new. I could just run past where they were. You know, completely ignore them. Oh, hello. Were you there before and I just missed you? Hey, buddy. Why don't you come in here? You can get me and brag to your friend, because you did it all on your own. Oops. Maybe next time. Moving forward. Hello there. That was an interesting tactic you've got there. Yeah, he has really weird tracking on a lot of those. I'm stuck. I got stuck. That's interesting. I have problems with the amount of tracking he has. For those shields being that big and that heavy, he ought not be able to spin around that well. In any case, that's how you get the Reeves and Orma Great Shield, the two Great Shields that can be power stanced. Ooh, hello, hole in the floor. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't like this part. I have way too many souls to like this part. Oh. Pick a direction. Turn around, destroy the statue, and run! Run. This was not the direction I needed to run. Oh, crud. Bro! I don't like enemies. Will you move? I'm holding down the shield key that whole time and just nothing. This is one of the most hated areas in this area. Hated rooms in this area. Area in area sounds weird. For that reason. Basically, if every time you go down there you destroy one statue, you will eventually win. That's the general consensus on how to deal with it, is the brute force approach. And I will be jump cutting. Yeah, I'm gonna hazard a guess that Reeves and Orma won't follow you down. They are a pain to get to notice you, though, sometimes. Yep, I'm just gonna assume that I can do this. Stop it! Oh, they will spawn occasionally, just... I really don't like that you can just stagger me like that. No. Oh, I think that's the one I need. Yeah, one of them leads to an exit, so if you can get to there, you can kind of forget about them. One leads to an exit and a lever, specifically, which opens this pathway up, which connects us back to where the bonfire was. So basically I can take a safe shortcut back into here now. Okay, there's at least 2 more statues. There's another bell back in here. This guy will ring the bell, even if you keep the other ones occupied. And he can phase through stuff, so you don't necessarily have to worry about waiting on him. I really hate that attack. It's specifically because no matter what you do, you cannot get out of it if he hits you with a single hit of it. I don't like combo attacks that you can't get out of. Specifically when they come from enemies in the environment, not in terms of PvP. Okay, lava, that's enough. Okay. It comes out of nowhere, and it just generally, that's one of those combination attacks that I really dislike. There we go. All the statues are dealt with. I get a good bit of souls for doing it. What you gonna do? You twerp? Ain't nothing left for you to summon. And that's how you get rid of them. In that room specifically, they will just keep endlessly spawning. Oh, it's a little hard to see it. And there are a few things that you can't. I think there was a big torch sconce somewhere that you would light up, but it, I believe, comes at a cost. I think it aggroes things, it makes Agdine upset. I don't know, I haven't actually messed with it. And there's how you get to the bonfire backwards. I remember you fall down from that ledge. Yeah, that broken ladder. Okay, so we're well back on track and further ahead than thought we would get. This up here leads to the boss. Now there's something important here. You want to not just run in there. You've got to come down here and get rid of him. Because he will ring the bell and make the next part a lot harder than it ought to be. And he's new. There better not be more of them. Oh, you are kidding me. This used to be destroy the one and never have to worry about the statue, about them. This room would be unfair if he can respawn. It is also a good way to farm those ghosties. Maybe that's all of them. Attack! I'm sorry, if swinging it from the left didn't work, swing it from the right. That's a video game problem to do with movesets, but... Because he can clearly swing from the right, he's just not doing it. Because you have no way to tell the player to do that. I mean, tell the character to do that. There's just no point in hitting any buttons when you get hit, because you can't get out of it. And yes, it can sound hypocritical when a player wants to stun-lock enemies, but the enemies not stun-lock players, but you have to bear in mind there's only one player and many enemies. This is one of the more annoying... You're new. There is not supposed to be a dragon rider here. There was normally like 5 of these goobers. This is one of the least pleasant fog walls. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time trying to get to it, because we know I'm going to go to the bonfire first. I am glad that the Dragon Rider change may not actually be bad, because there used to just be an obnoxious number of these guys. And they're a pain to deal with. I mean, if you can get behind them and do some, you know, good backstabs, but... Or that. What have I done about it? Yeah, let's fight Dragon Rider. Just stab him. Stabby stab. Gonna waste an Estus. Oh, I did poison him. Poke, 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 poke. Poke, poke, poke. Poke, 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 poke. Poke, 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 poke. Okay, I don't know how you hit me. I was like feet away from you. Oh no! You broke my combo. Oh, I broke you. Dude, you're dead. Like, you can drop the shield. You're not surviving that poison. And you can summon Agdane. Agadagadugada. And that's how you get through that room, which there's a boss after that fog wall, so I'm gonna go use this stuff and level up. And stop playing with the random hair. Be careful of running off the cliff in this area. It's dark and it's easier than you'd think. I heard a summon sign. Oh, hello, Nike. Where's that Nicky? I do not know. I'm pushing that time schedule. Let's check the, what's a who's it? Anything you can upgrade. Ooh. Yeah, I'm so tempted. Oh, that's expensive. What about my other one? No, I got that one up to +10, didn't I? I really would like to upgrade that.
I'll be around.
Bearer until...
Level up. That's an annoying quirk, but it's Soul of a Great. No, let's use Soul of a Hero. Yeah, that was a good plan. What if... Let's see how many level ups I can get out of that. No. Let's not accidentally do that. Okay, so it's 17 to 24, so it'd be another 7,000. I know that's technically 9,000, but that just guarantees that that will give me the number I need. Look at that. Barely any benefit whatsoever. You know, a little bit more damage. Tw 220 plus 80. 220 plus 81. Wait, does that mean that the warped sword is pointless? Does better poise damage and backstab damage. Good to know I've been throwing petrified dragon bones out the window. I could have just bought 2 scimitars and had the exact same effect. I mean, the 5 poise damage is, you know, nothing to sneeze at. I was seeing if I could get through more of it that way. Oh, well, that didn't help. Just accept that it's going to get wrong at least once. Wait for him to respawn. We stopped swinging! I stopped hitting the key long ago. Magic shield. Oh, that's right, you can, it's a little mirror, you can deflect spells with it. Come on, notice me. There's another one coming up right behind me. It's trying to sneak around. thought there was more of them. Come on. Oh, the Dragon Rider doesn't respawn. Well, that's merciful. This used to be one of the most obnoxious boss rooms just because there was somewhere between 6 and 10 of these guys. I don't remember the exact. And let's get rid of it. Bye-bye. Follow me if you like. You can't hurt me. Oh, and you dropped an item, though. Okay, you can hurt me. You can waste my time. Sion's leggings. There's some nice lore on the Sion's equipment. Royal Knight Sion, solidly crafted gear, high defense. Sir Sion was widely known as the kingdom's most loyal knight, loyal, honorable. When the giants invaded, volunteered to lead the advanced party, but was slaughtered most dishonorably. The king commissioned replicas of his accoutrements and bestowed them to the promising knights, but not long after they donned the armor did they go thoroughly mad. I don't think there's any benefit to summoning Agadine. I mean, like, I don't think you get anything unique for it. I'm actually gonna look. One moment. Okay, it does not say anything about you getting anything special. There's a message in the mist for, you know, beating him while with him summoned. Why, yes, that is a bell he is holding over his shoulder. Thank you for asking. He can use it to cast miracles and hexes. He is the king, one of the king's, or the king's most loyal guard guys. And generally, it's not a bad fight. You just want to be very sure that you memorize his timings. Which I have not. Also, don't use warmth in boss fights, you will heal the boss. And it takes a lot of time to cast. The big overhead swing you can generally get a good hit in off of. Oh! The side swings have a delay on them. Even when he's comboing them together, it's a longer delay than you'd think. And like Artorias from Dark Souls 1, he does a big weapon buff thing. You're gonna want to beat on him while he's trying to do that. I'm gonna do something stupid. Oh. Also, you can break the pillars. That should be obvious. I'm not doing enough damage with the second hit to be worth that. Oh, they're being registered as separate hits. I see. Yeah, now he's buffed. He's faster now, also. I do like that the timings change up, so that it's a little more, it adds a little more, I don't know, in real life you don't swing the weapon the same speed every time, I guess. But also it's nice to change it up mid-fight, to make it a little more different. I don't know who you're aiming at, buddy. Clearly ain't me. That's the attack that can catch you off guard and slaughter you if you're unprepared. I mean, it won't one-shot you, but you get hit with it enough times, and it... Well, get hit with anything enough times. It's just... He hits very hard, and his weapon does more than just physical damage. Oh, finally. I keep thinking he's doing a side sweep, and he's actually stepping forward and doing a lunge. Ow. He's a boss you want to make sure you've got plenty of health, because he can combo lock you into pretty much a mashed pulp, like being hit with a bell that size would make you think you'd be. Can't believe I let him hit me with that. When he swings it around himself, it has a much wider arc on it than you would think. If you roll the wrong direction, you can get clipped by it. Fairly clipped, I'm not saying there's a hitbox issue. And I'm gonna... I know this episode... No? I don't know. Let me do a quick time check. I was just making sure... I know this episode has been a little weird with all the technical support troubles and whatnot. Let's go ahead into the next room. This is Vendrick! We've searched all this way to find him, and it turns out he's hollow. And harmless. Don't mind him. These are his clothes. And that is the ring we needed to open all them doors. We will come back and hello, Vendrick. Okay, I'll get away from your clothes. You can fight him like this. If you attack him, the fog wall will appear and lock you in here. It is not recommended. He has a lot of defense, and you'll do all of 1 or 2 damage, and he can 2-shot you. There are certain things you can find that will reduce that defense, but I don't want to... Oh! Hello, you startled me.
This ring is the symbol of the king.
It's the king's ring, I assumed it was.
Use it to gain passage through the king's gate.
Ring activated locking
Adventure
mechanism.
to the far east. Bearer of the curse. If you are to be the next monarch, then one day you will walk those grounds without really knowing why.
Anyway, with that... Okay, I'm gonna go to the bonfire, we'll level up and then... excuse me? Were you just waiting on me? That is very weird. So is the fact that the rocks have respawned.
Bearer of the curse, until hope has fully withered.
Could have just let me level up back there, but I guess. Get back here. I'm gonna find out what happens if I just pump that to 99. I'll probably regret it and respec later. Oh, come on. We're 2,000 souls from another level. Okay. There we go. Now we should be able to do this. So 50, and 2 more stamina. I've never actually put stamina past 20 before, so I don't know how useful it actually would be. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. I know it's a little bit short, but with everything that's going on and time schedule's a little short, and we defeated a boss and made decent progress, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here, and I will see you next time.